At night, when we look up at the sky, we see many stars. Some stars are bright and others are dim. Stars shine with their own light. Some group of stars appear to form patterns, which are like the shapes of familiar things. In earlier times, groups of stars forming patterns were called constellations. Currently, the regions of the sky which include these groups of stars are defined as constellations. Recognizing stars and their patterns was a useful skill for navigation in the olden times. Before the arrival of modern technology, or even before the invention of the magnetic compass, it helped people, particularly sailors and travelers, in finding directions at sea or on land. It is still used in emergencies as a backup method. The activity of looking at the night sky is called stargazing. You may take the help of sky mapping apps that can be downloaded on a mobile phone or other online resources. Not all stars and constellations are visible from all places on Earth and on all nights in a year. Choose a location which is dark and remote, is located away from city lights and light pollution. Dress warmly and allow your eyes to adjust to the darkness. Read books and online resources to learn about constellations, asterisms, and star locations. Star atlases, apps, and other online resources can help you identify what you are seeing. Take time to look at individual stars and planet. On the particular day and time selected, go to the identified place with an adult where the night sky watching is to be done. After reaching there, wait for about half an hour for your eyes to get adjusted to the darkness. This will help you see the night sky better. Look for the Big Dipper during summertime in the early part of the night, say around 9 pm. View the sky above the horizon towards the northern part of the sky and identify the Big Dipper. Once you identify the Big Dipper, try to locate the pole star. Look at the two stars present at the end of the Big Dipper's cup and imagine a straight line passing through these towards the north. This star is called pole star. The pole star appears stationary in the north direction, which helps to locate the north direction in the northern hemisphere. The pole star or Polaris is a part of the Little Dipper. The Big Dipper lies in the constellation Ursa Major, which is otherwise called as the Great Bear. In India, the Big Dipper is known as the Saptarishi and the pole star is known as Dhruvatara. Apart from the common regional stories associated, many forest-dwelling communities or tribes of India also have their own stories about them. For example, the four stars in the Big Dipper that approximately form a rectangle are viewed by the tribes in central India as the grandmother's spot, with the three thieves or the other three stars stealing it. Fishermen along the Konkan coast imagine four stars as a boat, with the last three stars as the neck of the boat. The constellation Orion is often represented as a hunter. There are three stars in the middle which represent the belt of the hunter. Some people imagine that the hunter Orion, followed by his dog Constellation Canis Major, is battling a bull, the constellation Taurus. Canis Major contains a star Sirius, which is the brightest star in the night sky. In Indian astronomy, the term nakshatra is used to denote either a certain star or a group of stars, such as Adira, a star called Betelgeuse in the Orion constellation, and Kartiga, a group of stars called Pleiades in the Taurus constellation, Aldebaran, a star in the constellation Rohini. Stars are giant balls of hot gas. Do you know which star is closest to us? It is an extremely hot spherical ball of gases. This gives out huge amount of energy. That is why it glows so brightly. Sun, being the brightest object and the source of light and heat on Earth, was elevated in most ancient civilizations to the status of a deity. In India, Sun is worshipped as Surya. The heat provided by the sun keeps the earth at a temperature that makes life possible. Sunlight is essential for plants to grow, which provide food and oxygen to animals, including humans. The sun is responsible for climate, seasons, weather, water cycle, winds, all of which are important for sustaining life on Earth. It is about 100 times bigger than the Earth in diameter. And still, it looks so small because it's very far from Earth. You can see the comparison between the sizes of the planets to the size of Sun. Could you locate our planet? The distance of the Sun from the Earth is about 150 million kilometers. A useful unit for expressing distances within the solar system is astronomical unit, which is approximately the distance between the Sun and the Earth. During daytime, due to the extreme brightness of the sun, it is not possible to view the other stars. Proxima Centauri is the closest star to our sun, located in the constellation Centaurus. around the Sun are eight planets. The planets are divided into two categories based on their composition: terrestrial planets and Jovian planets. Terrestrial planets, including Mercury, Venus, Earth, and Mars, are primarily made up of rocky materials. Their surfaces are solid, they don't have rings, they have very few or no moons, and they are relatively small. The smallest and closest to the Sun is Mercury, which has the shortest orbit at about 3 Earth months. Venus, its hottest planet, which is about 867 degree Fahrenheit, due to the excess carbon dioxide in their atmosphere and extensive lava flow. Next is a planet of water, the Earth. Water system on the Earth helped to create the only known environment to sustain life. The last of the terrestrial planet is Mars, which also supported life around 3.5 billion years ago. The planet has a watery surface and moist atmosphere. Jovian planets form the outer solar system. Jovian planets include gas giants Jupiter and Saturn, and the ice giants Uranus and Neptune. The gas giants are predominantly made of hydrogen and helium, and the ice giants also contains rocks, ice, a mixture of water, methane, and ammonia. All four Jovian planets have multiple moons, support ring systems, have no solid surface, and are immense in size. The largest Jovian is also the largest planet in solar system, Jupiter. Nearby is the Saturn, which is the second largest planet. Its signature rings are barely 1 kilometer thick. Followed by Saturn are the ice giants Uranus and Neptune. Uranus is famous for its side rotation. Next to Uranus is Neptune, which is the outermost and one of the coldest planets. Among the planets, it is easiest to identify Venus, which is very bright. It's commonly known as morning star or evening star, even though it is not a star. After the Sun and the Moon, Venus is the brightest object in the sky. Mercury, Mars, Jupiter, and Saturn can also be seen with naked eye. They are beyond Earth. They are so far away that they look like shining dots, just like stars. There is another object called Pluto that lies farther from Neptune and revolves around the Sun. This is smaller than Earth's moon. When it was discovered, it was called a planet of the solar system. Later, when similar more small objects were discovered, IAU in 2006 redefined the requirements of an object to be called a planet. As per this definition, these smaller objects, including Pluto, are now called dwarf planets. A telescope helps us view many dim objects not visible by our naked eyes directly. Objects that move around planets are commonly called satellites. They are smaller in size than planets. Moons are natural satellites of planets. The Earth has one moon, while Mars has two moons. Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune have large number of moons. The moon takes about 27 days to complete one revolution around the Earth, which is our nearest neighbor in our space. Unlike on the Earth, there is hardly any atmosphere on the moon. Moon is about a quarter the size of the Earth in the diameter. The moon's surface shows circular bowl-like structures called craters. Most of these craters have been formed due to the impact of asteroids or rocks from the space hitting the moon's surface. Although moon is very far, humans have sent spacecrafts to explore and understand more about moon. India also has launched 3 Chandrayaan missions to study the moon, and a further mission is being planned. To improve our understanding of the moon, India's first mission to the moon, Chandrayaan 1, was launched in 2008, second mission, Chandrayaan 2, in 2019. The third mission, Chandrayaan 3, was launched in July 2023, and its Vikram lander, carrying the Pragyan rover, successfully soft landed on the moon on August 23, 2023. With this mission, India has become the first country in the world to achieve a landing near the little explored moon's south pole. To mark this success, the Government of India declared August 23 to be celebrated as National Space Day in India. The fourth mission, Chandrayaan 4, is being planned, which aims to bring back soil and rock samples from the moon. Orbiting the terrestrial planet is the asteroid belt, a flat disk of rocky objects which are the remnants of solar system formation. From the microscopic dust particles to the largest known dwarf planet, the Ceres. Another set of space debris lies outer to the Jovian planet, the icy Kuiper belt. Apart from the asteroids, the Kuiper belt becomes home to the dwarf planets like Pluto and is the birthplace of comets. Beyond the Kuiper planet is the Oort cloud, a large spherical collection of ice debris. It is considered to be the edge of our solar system. When you look at the night sky and watch the twinkling stars, sometimes we have visitors from the outer regions of the solar system. These objects with long tails are called comets. They are made up of dust, gases, rocks, and ice. Comets are chunks of ice that revolve around the sun. Comets have an icy middle made up of water and gases that are frozen. They are mixed with bits of rock in the middle and are covered by a layer of blast. When a comet nears the sun, the ice melts and changes into a gas. The dust particles spread around the center, and it creates a cloud at the head of the comet called coma. The tail has two regions, dust tail and the ion tail. Comets are formed from the Kuiper belt or from the Oort cloud. Halley's Comet is one of the most famous comets and is visible once every 75 years. In the moonless night sky, viewed from the dark locations away from the city lights, one can see an extended band of light, a faint band of light from near north to south across the sky. This is our home galaxy called Milky Way galaxy or Agashagaka. The galaxy has millions to billions of stars, and our solar system is a part of the Milky Way galaxy. There are many galaxies in the outer space beyond the Milky Way galaxy. Scientists study them to understand the stars, galaxies, and the universe. We do not know yet if life exists elsewhere in the universe. The search for life has been directed mostly towards the exoplanets, planets discovered revolving around other stars in our galaxy. Till now, scientists have not found any evidence of life, but this search is on and continues.